Today we are going to start our session on gender and sexuality, and we have among us three energetic youth panelists to discuss the topic incest. Energy is a non-profit organization promoting education in different fields, including gender and sexuality. And apart from it, it tries to promote the local leaders of the Northeast who have been working in different fields, and thus try to connect a network create a network among the like-minded people.
So talking about incest, this is 2021. We are almost in 2021, and we talk about every single thing. We are talking about environment. We are talking about child marriage. We are talking about domestic violence. We are talking about different things. Every other things we are talking about. But the one thing that we are not giving or we are not bringing on focus is in this topic, incest. We come across a lot of news every day. If we go to the various pages of social media platforms, news media, we'll find different news, always surrounded with such kind of news where a daughter got raped by her own father, own brother, own grandfather, a son getting raped by his or her his uncle or father, or even maid or someone some female relative. Talking about incest is an unnatural, unacceptable sexual relationship between family members or between siblings, between relatives. Talking about why we don't talk about incest. We don't talk about incest because when something happens with us, 95% of like the statistic says that 95% of rapists or abusers comes from our own family. Yes. And that is the worst part, because পৰিয়াল তোমাৰ কাৰণে কি হয়? পৰিয়ালৰে like everything, family is everything. We were taught that this person is going to like save you, this person is going to protect you, your father is going to protect you, your uncle is going to protect you. Male figure eta ba female figure duita amar ma papa ba auntie uncle amar eneka ta protective figure banai diye. And when that unprotective or unsafety feeling comes from the same family members, we start doubting, ami kiba what is wrong, why me, more kiba bhul ase niki. And also there is a factor jetia we talk jiman apuni survivors ba ko ba victim boli ko, ami jodi teonlokor kotha hunu, we will get to know that at least jibanot ebar noy ebar kabak koise, and hejone teor kotha nuhunile, teo kole je enuka hoi thake ba kole sage toy bhul bujili. Bhul buja is the common explanation we give to victims or survivors. And tar pisot ki hoy jay, we start doubting, and there is again a guilt factor. And incest, like when it comes from a family member, we can see the family member who is the closest one, who is always pampering us, who is always trying to be close with us. That person will someday do something and we won't be able to come in the open and say that this person did something bad to me. Yes. And that is the worst part. And jetya abusers thake, they have this tendency of grooming. They will pick a person at a relative pick koribo, then they will start grooming them, start tahator logot eta enuka bond form koribo. Family members bhabibo, oh my god, my child is so like close with this person, with this particular person, this particular person is taking care of my child. Or tate for the child it becomes so difficult to come up, open up. there are reasons like that is
See,
hereditary, uh,
yes,
heri-
yes,
hereditary.
yes,
That person childhood trauma, psychological childhood trauma. That person may be in suffering from some psychological disorder. Obviously, he is. That person is has no control over his sexual urges, and also the social conditioning. The social conditioning. Why on like among five girls, one is always exposed to such abuse. Why is that? Because I'm like it will be a biased to say only girls, but it is also real that in this society, when we see the status of a girl, we know that she will be told to keep quiet. She will be asked to stay quiet. Our tenakwata herit, it becomes very easy for a abuser to go and do something like that. তো হেৰিডিটৰী হয় আৰু যদি তেওঁৰ চাইল্ডহুডত কিবা এনেকুৱা তেওঁ ফেচ কৰিছে এইটো বহুত হেৰিটো বাঢ়ি যায় ইনক্ৰিজ হৈ যায় যে তেওঁ নিজৰ এডাল্টহুডত তেনেকুৱা কিবা এটা কৰিব বুলি and also improper sex education, excessive exposure to pornography, improper masturbation, unhealthy masturbation, sorry. These are some of the factors that leads to such practice.
Few years back, actually, there was a case which I got personally. That time I was not a social worker, I was just a student, and I just qualified my matriculation, I remember. And that time a girl, her name I can't reveal now, I'm sorry, I can just say XYZ. So she faced such kind of problem. So she once actually she was a girl of class 8. One day there was no one in her family, and there was only his uncle, her uncle, and she was alone. And like it was a family gathering, all everyone was outside, not inside the room, and kind of family function. Everyone was engaged in their own works, and she and her uncle was alone. So in that time, her uncle forced her. Excuse me. Her uncle forced her and directly touched to her private parts. She was like, "Excuse me, uncle. What are you trying?" She just convey. But he was like, we say now, when the person is wild, when a person is wild, it's a sexual tendency. So जब मतलब যেতিয়া কাবাৰ এই টেন্ডেন্সিটো বাঢ়ি যায়, मतलब যেতিয়া সেই বস্তুটো ওয়াইল্ডনেসটো ওলাবলগীয়া হয়, কি সম্পৰ্ক আছে, হয়তো ডটাৰ নাইস या যিয়ে সম্পৰ্ক আছে সেই সম্পৰ্কটো পাহৰি যায়. Then after that, 2 weeks after, mom was noticing her, what happened, suddenly her mood changed. Then she conveyed with her mother personally and just went and said, then mom liked it like that. I can do in such kind of situation. Her mom said one thing: you are wrong, that's why that person get chance to you.
I took very long time to gather this courage to say everything. Now I'm not afraid of anything, like talking about these things. I'm not afraid at all. There are many types of incest, and I have experienced each and every incest, like physical, emotional, everything. When I was 4, one of my cousin brother, he molested. Then I went to hostel at class 5. My principal molested, but যিটো ক্লাছ মই যেতিয়া 4 বছৰ আছিলো, যিটো মানে মোৰ cousin brother কৰিছিলে, I know it was inappropriate. I could feel, but I couldn't say anything to anyone. In fact, মই আজিলৈকে কাকো কোৱা নাই. তো ডাঙৰ হৈ পেলাই মই মাক ভালদৰে মনত নাই, এবাৰ জাষ্ট আগে মই হেৰি কৰিছিলো, মাৰ আগত কৈছিলো যে এনেকে এনেকা হৈছিলে। দেন again same thing as usual, every parents does, চুপ থাকা, এইটো আগৰ কথা হয়, পাহৰি যোৱা, এতিয়া তুমি আগবাঢ়ি গৈছা। বাট ছাৰ, এইটো মানে মই কেতিয়াও পাহৰিব নোৱাৰো।
So first thing that as I said, that it is also incest take place, but yeah, why incest the abusers, why abuse? One of the factor is their childhood, their psychological effect. So it's very weird to hear, but a person who have been victim of sexual abuse or rape, there are probabilities of that person to turn into an abuser too. It's a research statistic says that. So first step, what we can do, if we are a victim of abuse, we can break the hereditary of trauma. So এজন যদি রিলেটিভে abuse কৰিছে, that person obviously he is going through some psychological trauma, psychological issue. I'm not justifying his act, but yeah, he is a criminal. He will remain a criminal. But then he abused me, and as a victim, the first thing I can take for my offsprings or for my next generations, I can go to therapy. I need to get out of all the emotional, psychological, and physical memories, trauma, and effects of that incident. That is very necessary, because when I will break the trauma, I will break the chain of the trauma. I am contributing in not creating another abuser. So it is very important. Second, yes, one thing I want to say, not corrected, but I want to give my opinion when Tausif said that we need to shout when it's happening. Sometimes it is not possible for the victim to shout, because there are a lot of things. The person is going through guilt, shame. There is a fear, the fear that person will do something to her parents, to her, or maybe it's an isolated place, or maybe the victim is alone with the abuser. So it's not very easy for the victim to shout at the period. Sex education, as we are saying, sex education is one of the important things. বহুত সৰু বয়সৰ পৰা sex education দিব লাগে, জানিব লাগে what are our sexual urges, জনাব লাগে ল'ৰা ছোৱালী দুইটাকে। আৰু then comes this one, bad touch and good touch, which is so important at this period in this society, that আমি কথাও পাতিব ভয় কৰোঁ about this topic. নিউজত কিবা ৰেপ কেছৰ আহিলে ঘৰৰ মানুহে চেঞ্জ কৰি দিব। So ইমানেই মানে like we are not healthy to accept such traumatic news or things. So we have to start accepting, we have to start disclosing ourselves.